Okay, in one of the previous lectures, what we did was to create an action in the code to represent and get triggered every time one of these buttons is getting clicked, one of these numbers buttons, okay? But we never took care of when one of those operations got pressed, okay? So we have to take care of the division, multiplication, minus, plus, equal, and dot, okay? So the way we're going to do this is pretty much the same way as what we did for the numeric pad buttons. So go to the main.storyboard, just click on the file right here, okay? And right here, I want you to tag each of the buttons for the operations, okay? So click on the plus button and go to the attribute tag right here, okay? The attribute inspector, go down to where the tag exists and put a number here. We're going to put number 1, okay? Now click on the minus and change the tag to 2. All right, so basically each tag is going to be unique. Now go on the multiplication and put a tag of 3, right? Yes. Then we're going to go with the division with a tag of, obviously, one more, which is going to be 4. Okay, now let's go on the equal sign. And right here, we're going to put a tag of 5. All right. Right here. Okay, or just write number 5. And then the dot would be tag 6. Okay, so that's it. Now we have our tags. So plus is 1, minus is 2, the multiplication is 3, division is 4, equal is 5, and dot is 6. So now let's go to the code in the viewcontroller.swift file, okay? This file right here. And all the way down, we're going to create the function or action that's going to get triggered every time we press one of these operations. So let's call it a function. And instead of number pressed, we're going to call it operation pressed. Okay, and obviously it's going to have the same signature. That's going to be UI button. Okay, and let's start coding what this is supposed to be doing by opening a curly brace and closing it already. Okay, so when we need to figure out which tag is getting pressed. So if we capture the tag that's associated to the button, we know what the user is trying to achieve. If the user is trying to use the multiplication, the addition, the subtraction, or any of the other ones, okay? So what we want to do is a switch between the tag, okay? So call it switch, start writing switch, okay? And we're going to put sender.tag. So basically the sender is the button. So if you write sender.tag, it will know that we're talking about the button. Close the parentheses and open and close curly braces, okay? All right, don't worry about the indentation. That's fine. You don't have to indent it correctly as long as you have the right code. That's what matters. So case 1 in the first case. So when the first case is when the tag, the sender.tag right here is 1. And obviously we already know that when it's 1, it's the plus, right? Because we assigned a tag of 1. Okay? However, the code does not know this. So we need to tell to the code in the viewcontroller.swift that this tag is the plus, okay? So what we're going to do here is first we're going to go and press enter and type current operation, okay, equals, and obviously we're going to put add. So open a double quote and write add in lowercase, okay? Excellent. Now we're going to do the same thing for case 2, okay? Case 2, what are we going to put here? Obviously you already know. We're going to start and write that the current operation equals minus, okay? Which is because we're clicking on the minus sign. Now let's go to operation 3 and 4 and so on. So I'm going to go quicker now because you already know that the case 3 will be current operation equals. Oh, I have a typo here, so let me fix that ASAP. All right. Current operation equals, and this time it will be multiply. Okay, and then case 4 what we're going to put is current operation equals, and this time it will be the divide. Okay, let's keep moving. Then case 5. Now case 5, the current operation would be the equal sign, okay? But I'm not going to put it now because we don't really care that in the case 5 the current operation is is the equal, because that's when we actually want to calculate. So here we actually want to create a new function and we're going to call it calculate, okay, or calculate now. Now we don't have this function, so I'm calling an action. I'm triggering an action that I have not created yet. So let's create this below, and we obviously will have to write the code for it, okay? So go at the end of the function, this one, okay? So when you know you're at the end, when you see the yellow, if you pass over this curly brace, the yellow appears here, okay? So press enter and write func calculate now, okay? And just open and close the curly brace, and you don't have to write anything, okay? Just know that it's here for now, okay? Excellent. Now let's create a case 6. Case 6, you already know what we're going to put here. We're going to put current operation is equal to dot, because the tag is a dot, right? All right. Okay, so we are actually almost done. Now there's more to it. We have to say that we have to assign the current, not just the current operation, but the previous operation. So we have to say that the previous operation was the one that was already done before. So what we want to do here is say that previous operation becomes, okay, so the previous operation pressed becomes the operation that's right now, that was pressed before, that is still stored inside of current operation, okay? And we want this, so copy this, do Command C or edit copy, and let's press this for each case, okay? Case 2, then also case 3, then case 4 as well. Case 5 we don't have to do it, but cases we do, okay? So basically any ones but when we press the equal sign. All right, so now obviously once this is done, once the operation got pressed, what we want to do is update the screen, right? Like if you go to the iOS simulator, you want to update the results here. So let's create an action to update the results. So after the curly brace that closes, press enter, and right here type update display screen. Okay, so basically we're gonna create a function or an action that's gonna update the display screen. So below right here, just start typing func, okay, and update display screen. But obviously we don't have the code yet. So just open and close the curly brace, and we will work on the code later on, okay? Now there's something we're missing. We're missing a default here, in the sense that when you do a switch statement, it wants a default value. Why? Because what's going on is that what if you forgot and you happen to have a case 7 or a case 10? Well, none of these are satisfying case 0 or case 10 or case 100. So we want a default one that will take basically any other unexpected values, okay? And when we do that, what we're going to do, we're going to say that the current operation is nothing, right? Because we never really anticipated to be anything but 1 to 6, right? Okay, so just put none here. All right. Okay, so that's it for now. In the next lecture, what we're going to have to do is start working on these methods and also on resetting the values. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next lecture.